Lamar thinks this Chloe-like sex doll will be perfect because he could do whatever he wants with her sexually.
Leave Chloe alone.
You sound so demonic and unwell.
Welcome back!
Don't startle them. They're already traumatized because it's the season finale. We can't just like be...
Boo!
Literally.
I'm Chloe, scaring Chris.
You!
Welcome back to the final episode of the recap with a K. I'm Cole Paulson.
And I'm Archie J.
Well, not the final episode of the recap because, hello, the Kardashians are going nowhere, but it is the season finale of the Kardashians season 6.
How do you feel?
I feel like, whoa, we did the damn thing. We've been here week and week out recapping America and the world's favorite family.
Listen.
Well, last week's episode, Kris Jenner left her daughters high and dry at Joshua Tree, and we're getting to see their reaction to waking up to what I thought was a voice note.
I'm gonna head home, but I love you madly, and that was a lot of fun.
Oh, no.
But no, it was just voice to text, Kris talking to her phone to send a text message.
Hey girls, I'm sure you won't read this till the morning, but when you wake up and you realize I'm not there, I just want you to know that I'm okay and I can't take it anymore.
But also, Kris Jenner is me leaving a party, not telling anybody.
That is, no, when you think about it, an Irish goodbye, but no, that was a Kris Jenner goodbye.
Yeah, same. I want that version.
To the point where you have a driver ready to go and you are back to your house in Calabasas. And how she got there and she was already up and ready to go in bed, living her best life. But Chloe was not surprised at all.
No.
And I love how she literally last episode talked about her abandonment issues. And then this episode, here we go. Kris is doing it again.
You're gonna get mad at me for saying this, but I want to bring this up in therapy, Mom.
Facts. I was like, wow, she really pointed that out. And, you know, it really went under my nose, but she really did abandon her.
Yeah. Well, I just love the difference between Kim and Chloe because Chloe brought up childhood trauma. Kim, is this what a one-night stand feels like?
All that quality time that I thought meant something. Isn't that like what a one-night stand must feel like? Like she just dipped.
That went over my head when I watched it.
Yeah, like, how are you going to compare your mom leaving to a one-night stand? Because, Kim, I hate to break it to you, that's not what a one-night stand is. Like, well, she's
I
just
guess it's
saying,
a one-night stand. They just left and didn't tell you?
yeah.
Yeah. Them and leave.
Oh. Well, not with Miss Kris Jenner, honey. I just thought that was an interesting
Yeah.
comparison, Kimberly.
It's 8 o'clock. I'm not surprised that she left me, but I am surprised she left Kim.
But I wish they would have talked about when Kim realized Kris left because Kim was in Chris's bed. Like, they...
Oh, right.
Yes.
Oh, my God, that went over my head, too.
Yes.
She literally got... Where does she think she was?
Yeah, she was like, let me just go cuddle with my mom. And then, or maybe she heard Kris leaving. And I was like, oh, I'm just going to take her bed.
Yeah, but no, that can't be because she was surprised when Chloe told her.
Yeah, but that's where I'm like, when did she find out? Because she was in Chris's bed.
Just so you know, Mom's at home. She went all the way back to Hidden Hills, too.
What?
So yes, she's at home. She's watching TV and drinking coffee in bed.
Kim opened up about how she had a realistic dream about her father being alive and in hiding.
Yeah. It's probably because her mom left.
And he was living in Benedict Canyon with Ellen.
Ew.
I mean, they were going in and on about how dreams mean this and that, but maybe Kim just had a sense that her mom left. Yeah, that's
Probably,
true.
yeah. I don't know. Dreams are very vivid. I also like to, if I have dreams, I will Google them to see like what the psychological meaning of it all is. But definitely, as Chloe pointed out, maybe like some unresolved feelings and thoughts, you know, before Dad passed.
So it can mean many things. Unresolved emotions. The dream may represent unfinished business, grief or longing.
When Kim brought up her dream, I want to know what the family tea is about Miss Ellen.
I thought it was Ellen DeGeneres too.
No, his wife. I'm doing interviews.
Well, I'm happy that they brought it up on the show.
So glad somebody asked that question. I was like, Ellen DeGeneres?
Kim's like, oh my God, I wish.
That would have been the dream.
Robert Kardashian's ex-wife, Ellen, and clearly there's some drama because when Kim brought up Ellen's name, Chloe's reaction.
Is Ellen alive?
I think so, yeah.
Ellen Kardashian?
Yeah, she's married to Robert.
You type in Ellen Kardashian and guess whose face comes up?
Me?
Chloe.
Oh, shut up. Not me thinking me. Why would I come up?
She was only married, they were married for 1 year. 2003.
Yeah, right when he passed away. It was a whole thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
How much did Ellen inherit? $30 million.
Lies.
Oh, all right. Next.
You think that's what it said?
Yeah.
Huh.
The estate of Robert.
Maybe
Maybe that's why they
Kardashian-
don't like her.
Yeah. Well, I know there was
Married for
drama.
1 year
I should
and-
have looked it up and gave some more insight, but I'll maybe do a TikTok about it. But I know there is some drama with Miss Ellen when it came to the passing of Robert Kardashian.
Next season on.
Yeah, next season on the Kardashian. Yeah, sit down with Ellen.
And he was living with Ellen.
Oh my God.
Anytime Khloe talks on the show, I just think of Yuri on TikTok who does the Kardashian impersonations. Because half the time I go, I can't wait for Yuri to make that impersonation. Because when Kim was like, you little rattlesnake, and Khloe, no, not the rattlesnake.
Not a rattlesnake.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You little rattlesnake.
Not a rattlesnake. You little rattlesnake.
She just cracks me up. And every time I'm like, damn, she really does just do that all the
The
time.
nails falling off. It's like sticky notes.
Yes.
The
So,
mess
like,
up hair.
I can't wait for Yuri's impersonations of them. I don't know if they'll ever do Joshua Tree again.
You couldn't have at least woken us up to take you
That's what I
us with
said.
you?
I had to get the hell out of Dodge, baby.
Probably not. And if they do, they will have a house.
Yeah.
And Chef K.
Chef K all day.
Okay.
Finally, this entire season, we've been building up to this Kendall and Khloe sit down, and boop, Kylie showed up. Thank God.
It was at her house.
Okay, so that's how we get Kylie to film
Yeah,
on
you
the
gotta
show.
go to
You
her.
have to go to her.
It was Kylie's house.
But I don't know if you clocked it,
Clocked
but
it.
I got a shout out in this scene.
Did you?
Yeah, with a K.
You looked cute.
Cute. I looked major, you bitch.
Oh, okay. You looked major.
Yes, iconic. Cute.
Oh, iconic with a K.
Yes, yes. She did say that.
She did. That's because of me.
Oh.
And Khloe spells iconic the same way I spell iconic. I-K-O-N-I-K.
Wow.
So I got the shout out.
I love that.
You're welcome. Kylie, you always are iconic with a K. I just love that little moment. So this sit down, I thought was going to be, I don't know, Kendall just kind of wanting to understand Khloe's point of view.
I did see the Khloe and Lamar scene, and I really want to dig into kind of the depths of it today with her.
Well, this episode, I think Kendall has a new job, and that's being a therapist. She really was trying to psychoanalyze Khloe too much. I'm like sitting over here at home, I'm like, leave Khloe alone.
But like at this point for yourself, I would almost say you have to find it within you to forgive. You don't have to forget.
Yeah, she came out the gate swinging. Like, I don't think I appreciated the approach of Miss Kendall, the therapist. You know, it was just like, so yeah, watch that, and you handled it poorly. Well, I feel like we could have, you know, like stroke it a bit.
Do some foreplay. If you're just gonna go straight for Khloe,
Yeah.
let's take it with a little slower approach.
I think she's still holding on to a lot. I see such a hostility still, and almost like there's definitely a wall and definitely a coldness.
I think both two truths can exist, right? Because they were saying that, you know, your walls were up, you were a bit rigid. And I think for Kendall, she's not necessarily like judging how she approached it. I think she's more so concerned about her sister not having processed all that went on this many years later. And so that aggression came out, right? But then also Khloe is saying that like, you two actually have no idea because I censored you from so much of all that happened. And so she's a little frustrated because you weren't there.
I think what is so frustrating about all of this is like they don't really understand. I think anyone that knows my situation or that has been in that situation would be a different version of themselves this many years later. It would be foolish not to be.
Well, I also too think that the entire conversation, and I'm glad they brought up the age because when I was watching this,
Yeah.
my thought process was, I'm the same age as Kendall. I'm like, sweetie, we were 20 years old when Lamar was in a coma. Kylie was 18 years old. Like, you have no reason to be coming this hard for Khloe.
I definitely sheltered Kendall and Kylie a lot from the details of everything that was happening because they were young. I also know the way that they looked at Lamar, and I didn't want to sort of ruin that for them. And I just wanted to preserve as much of their innocence as I could.
When one, you don't even show anything about your lives on
Right.
this show.
Yeah.
And here you are going to make a storyline about yourself being an executive producer. She really did hone in on that.
You guys all know that we are producers on the show, so
As an executive producer of this show,
Right.
girl, we do not care.
No.
Leave Khloe alone. Show your life before you're going to come for Khloe. And this is where I just have such an issue with everything when it comes to Khloe, because not only does she have to defend herself to her own freaking family, she's having to defend herself in the public's point of view.
Maybe I'm so used to people nitpicking the smallest gesture I do And I'm like, I don't want anyone to read into this too much because it's not like that.
That's the thing where it's like you're having these conversations with one, probably should have been off camera because if that really was the first conversation she had with him.
But I think that this is good though, right? This is what we want from them. It's like have those authentic conversations. What you're saying to do is to kind of like preset the moment. And I think that hopefully they're trying to get away from that because they've been doing that for some years.
100%. But I'm saying if Kendall and Kylie are going to be over here articulating their thoughts on how something should have happened, what do you expect when that's her real raw reaction? You can't then have an opinion on her when you are going to be on the same show, not showing us anything.
Yeah.
When probably Kendall and Kylie would have had an off-camera moment before they filmed something.
Yeah. And even just like observing Chloe's demeanor in this moment, I think it's really, you have to be like a certain type of person to be able to have gone through so much. You have mommy abandonment issues. You know, you've been through so much with these men, but also you are very receptive to what, you know, they're saying. You know, she didn't feel like, it wasn't like, you know, there was not like a restrictiveness or a guard. She acknowledged that, like, I don't disagree with Kendall, but also you don't know the real.
Like, you have to protect yourself and grow from that scenario. I'm a different person than I was, and that's not bad or good. It just is what it is.
At the end of the day, Khloe Kardashian does not owe Lamar Odom anything. Anything. It ended on such bad terms. Her just being able to give him his things, that is enough for Khloe. But for her to then have to tell Kendall and Kylie, I don't even think they really did watch the scene because the fact that she had to say him being late, him sweating, him doing this, then him bringing up all these sexual comments.
But I get offended, whether it be Tristan or Lamar, where these people do these outrageous things and then they see me again and they're like, act as if nothing happened. Or they're like, oh, I wish I could put my tongue down your throat.
Makes Khloe uncomfy with a K.
He was also very nervous too. I mean, it's like, I know that he had an episode and maybe did her wrong, but also you can't take away somebody's like anxiety, and coming back together. Because she had some and it was a bit aggressive, and then he, had some and he was a bit nervous and horny.
But the anxiety is different than the horny, okay? That's where I'm like,
You've never gotten a little anxious and got a little horny at the same time?
No. Not when my wife of a decade ago.
Yeah.
This is the first conversation we've had. And clearly, Khloe is not Team Lamar. And these are the actions that I'm so happy they brought up on the show, because the fact that we're getting news articles of Lamar having a Khloe life-size sex doll.
That's weird.
He DMs me the strangest videos. But like,
Is it him with your blow-up doll?
oh my God, can you believe that blow-up doll?
Does it have real hair?
I don't know, but did you read what it
And
said? Lamar thinks this Khloe-like sex doll will be perfect because he could do whatever he wants with her sexually.
To physically have a sex doll, not a pillow with my face on it. You have a sex doll, so you're envisioning going to town on me in a plastic thing. That's weird.
Very weird.
Get the hell out of here.
But that is the energy Lamar was going into it.
Weird.
Khloe's response of it.
You sound so demonic and unwell, and it's creepy and it's weird, but I'm not hurt by it. That's more his journey. It's just more weird and gross.
She went in on Lamar, and I think
It's unwell.
the aftermath of it, I think now Khloe feels vindicated with how she handled herself in that conversation, because this is the person you're having a conversation with. Khloe was on one side and Lamar was on a different entire planet.
This validates just how different we are and how much we've grown apart.
Khloe, she's strong like bull.
Strong like bull.
Strong like who?
Oh, to be a Gen Z. Strong like bull? You don't know that expression?
No.
Yeah, what?
I don't know what that means.
Is that from?
I think that's like an older person thing.
I mean,
She is like 40.
Yeah.
Well, she literally is 40.
I'm glad Kylie did tell Khloe that she's her hero, because she's everyone's hero. We love you, Khloe. But I do want to ask you, Archie. Kylie asks Khloe.
Would you call him again if you feel that way and just be like, hey, I feel like
That's what I said.
I just handled that maybe not how I would have liked.
What would because I feel like you have a little bit more of a a neutral stance. Me, I'm like, Khloe, don't you ever fucking call that man. Block.
Yeah.
But what would you think Khloe should do?
I would just let bygones be bygones. I mean, I because she also fed into it. She was like, yeah, I would. And I also relate to that. Like, if I maybe came off a little aggressive, I can address it and move on and don't need anything from you. But I also think that, like, where they are, the conversation they just had, him having a sex doll, I think we just leave him where he's at.
Chloe's podcast, she had Mel Robbins on, and Mel Robbins' theory is the let them.
Let them.
Kris Jenner probably has that episode on repeat because she really told Lamar Odom, let them.
Lamar, if a blow-up doll makes you happy, honey, you go get it.
She was not phased at all. No. She's Kris Jenner. She don't kink shame.
I know Kris Jenner's into some wild things. She started talking about baby oil.
We could get a Twister game and some baby oil and play Twister tonight.
Oh, nice. And the baby oil?
Yeah.
Wow.
You slip and slide.
Oh, she did this
And
episode.
Twister. I was like, what in the ditty?
Yeah, not the best conversation to have because now everyone's going to be running with what parties were the Kardashians attending.
Yeah.
But then I was just imagining the Kardashians all in baby oil playing Twister and I just busted out laughing. Like I did think the comment you thought, but I literally was just like, that would actually be so funny to see them playing Twister with baby oil. Like that is such a funny idea.
It sounds kinky.
Yeah.
Because like baby oil, you can't put it on your clothes, so that you have to be without clothes.
Ew.
So it's like Kris Jenner naked, Kim naked, and they're just like,
Okay, no.
badges on each other.
Well, no, Kim not involved, just Malika, Kris, and Chloe. Those three.
I love a mother and daughter night.
But Kendall and Kylie are Fashion Week in Paris. And I really just love is it dichotomy? The difference? That's the word?
Yeah.
Between Kendall and Kylie and how they show up and film for the show.
Starting glam.
We start with them together at a dinner, having sister conversation about walking. Kylie's very, very nervous for her first time.
I'm going to walk in the Phil Kearney show, and I'm really
Oh,
scared.
yeah. What is your biggest fear, though? What are you nervous about?
I
the
think I
unknown.
have agoraphobia.
Kylie, no, you don't.
I think that's what it's
Do you
called.
know
too.
that's like, yes. Do you know that that's like a real thing? Like people like really.
I think that's what I have.
I remember watching this on the social media, and I was like, "This is epic." But to now go behind the scenes a little bit, and she's getting this runway tips from her sister, who's a supermodel, no patent leather.
Gotta be really careful. That's how a lot of girls fall. Like face plant into the ground because you get stuck and you're like,
It's stuck.
just have that in your head if you're wearing. I don't know if you're wearing patent leather anywhere, but.
But Kendall kind of shading to be like, oh, you're just walking on the street?
Was living at Disneyland?
Oh, so you're
then
walking
you go
down
in
the
a
street.
circle. Yeah, it's
Kylie.
like silly.
Oh, you're
It's not
fine.
silly.
Like, girl, why are you nervous?
First of all, she's walking out of the Disney castle. Okay?
She's a princess.
So this is not just any street.
How could you say no to walking out of the Disney castle?
When I say the difference of filming, this is what I mean. By Kendall showing up, being at L'Oreal, we get BTS of her fashion moment.
I felt like a princess for 2 seconds.
She's living her best life. And we're getting to see Kendall Jenner, the supermodel.
Yeah.
Pan over to Kylie Jenner.
You don't get that over here.
What, we're just getting stuff that we've seen on TikTok and
Literally.
zero footage?
Literally.
Oh my god. I'm walking in my first show.
That's the difference. I'm like, if you're gonna show up and film for the show, show up and film for the show. The cameras are already in Paris while you're there. And you're gonna tell them, nope, you can't be a part of this.
Because I know that it wasn't the venue. It was literally at Disney. Hulu is Disney.
Yeah, you're right. It's just Kylie. She does not give a flying shit.
TikToking.
Lunch with my sister.
Just trying to keep up with the times.
Remember on Keeping Up with the Kardashians when she sponsored the Balmain fashion show and it was Kylie Cosmetics and she was supposed to walk the runway and did not show up? And that is the fight that happened with Kourtney and Kim with the bob. That was the antagonizing storyline of Kim being like, yo, we show up and do everything, y'all don't.
Right.
But I just would have really liked them to bring it up to be like, yo, you wouldn't be in this situation, Kylie, if you did show up to that Balmain show and walk and Kourtney and Kim wouldn't have got bitch slapped with a bob. That would have never happened
One of the best scenes.
in television history. But from Paris to London, Chloe is on her press tour, and I love how she's fitting this all into her London trip.
We are there for 2 days, and I have a schedule that should probably be a week's worth, but you only live once.
It's so much going on. Like as soon as they touch down, first of all, they're Christmas shopping.
She's just gonna go through every What about?
Christmas is spelled with a K because it is my mom's holiday.
But Chris gets to plan the first date of this London trip, and she is really into Christmas. And I'm gonna say that Chloe gave me another shout out because she said Christmas with a K, and I spell Christmas Chrismas. Chloe be on my videos, honey. She'd be keeping up.
Oh yeah,
with Gabriel
she
this weekend.
engages with the show.
Yeah,
but yeah, I mean the shoots were galore. Vogue, Harrods, social media, podcast cover. I was like, they are jamming it in.
She went to town. I love how she brought her glam team. She brought her photographer.
Yep,
and she really did have her moment. And I'm so happy that Chris can somewhat take credit. I love how Chris is credited as I've been telling you for years to do this.
Who was telling her for year after year, Chloe, please do a podcast? And everybody laughed at me.
When the last fight they had a couple seasons ago was Chris not doing enough for Chloe. So we'll let Chris take the credit.
You're welcome, Chloe.
She always comes around.
Takes her a minute, but sooner or later, they all see things my way.
But I just love how Chris is having her moment and she needs to take the girls, like they're 2-year-olds, to go look at Christmas lights.
This was insane. Chris, you're nuts.
So we were gonna look at some lights, guys. Should we look at lights?
She's like, react to all the Christmas lights or you're not gonna go home.
The more excited you get about the lights, so cute, the sooner you can go home.
And I pretty much this was in November. Like there was no Christmas lights, nothing. It was just lights like you would see.
It was just lights. Chloe was like, oh, look, a street light.
Look at the lights, guys. Oh my gosh, the lights.
I was like, I don't know if she's senile or I don't know what's happening.
Oh my gosh, light posts.
That's the thing though. Malika's in the middle of that, like, what did I get myself into here? I have Chloe on one side, Chris on the other.
Right there. Oh my God. Wow.
Chris, she does bring the comedy. Like,
she does.
It was an iconic
comedic
moment.
relief. She's definitely the Jennifer Coolidge from White Lotus.
But Khloe Kardashian is stepping into a new decade, obviously, and she's now doing her first time business project that's really a solo brand, which is XO Khloe and the podcast.
I've always done collaborations either with my sisters or I did one with my ex-husband in the past, but never done one solely on my own. And so this was something that I put a lot of thought, pride, and vulnerability into.
Chris is really proud of her daughter, Khloe, and she really stepped up and was like, girl, you did the damn thing.
Chloe said when she turned 40, everything would change, and this was going to be her decade. And baby girl, you are off to the most amazing start.
Listen, the show is literally being carried on Chloe's back. So it's also good to see her back in the world and doing the work and amongst the people, right? The whole theme this year for her, I think, is out of the gates of Hidden Hills. And she is outside.
She is. And I love how this episode, she really amplified her bestie Malika to the point where Malika full on starts crying.
I think my real friends are going to bear with me, and Malika is bearing with me. I'm so grateful for the friends that are basically my texting pals.
There goes my makeup.
But not Courtney catching strays this episode.
Which kid takes your advice the least?
Courtney.
I said that with Chris.
Yeah.
Courtney.
Well, I'm like, I love how she's like, who takes your advice the most? And she gave 3 of her daughters.
Which kid takes your advice the most?
Chloe and Kylie and Kim.
Kendall, what's she doing? Nothing.
No. I was literally like, where does Rob and Kendall fit in the advice column?
But we're going to end this episode with the storyline that I feel like is fitting. Kim's birthday. The Kardashians celebrate their birthdays so damn much. I feel like that's 90% of the show are birthdays.
Love a good party. Happy birthday, Kim.
A lot of birthdays this season.
I know.
I love a good Kim Kardashian dinner party. It is so the vibe. The venue, it's like at a compound. Is there a Malibu house?
There's a Malibu home.
Yeah. And everybody is there. More intimate, more curated.
It is my 44th birthday, and it's just a dinner with my friends, just like my intimate circle.
The body is bodying.
Oh, that outfit is one of my absolute favorites. And Chris's body was bodying too, but no one was paying attention.
I wore the nipple bra today and nobody noticed.
Oh.
You know Kim's nipple bra?
Yeah,
and not one person said nice nipples.
Oh, right. Let her show her nipples.
Yeah, why? She's wearing the nipple bra. Let's promote.
I was
Skims.
looking though. I was like, I don't see.
You could see one.
I don't see.
I should let you borrow my glasses because they were there.
Were they?
Yeah.
Okay.
But Kim, when the producers asked like what her vibe is for 44, which one I cannot believe she's 44, Her vibe is just to do
whatever the hell I want to do.
My 44th wish for myself is just to do whatever the I want to do. And that's what I'll do.
which I'm like, Kim, when do you not already do that? Like, it's your world and we're just living in it.
This is Kim's day, but when is it not Kim's day?
Khloe did briefly talk on social media, or she commented on a post about a lavender marriage, which is when a woman marries a gay man, and that's just for companionship. And we really got a glimpse of what it would look like if Khloe really did do this.
Gonna be me and Khloe.
Don't talk like that.
Babe.
That's not so bad. I'm fine with that.
I'm fine also, but it's also a
because I
hospitality.
just need a companion, and then you go do whatever you got to do, and I'll be at home.
I just want to say, I agree, Khloe.
Oh, I would the shit out of Chris Appleton. Totally. He's so hot. Who wouldn't?
Chris Appleton? Like, I'm here.
Chris for sure had a few too many martinis at this birthday dinner.
Woo, 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 woo. There's my girl.
I know, I love a good microphone. It's dangerous. Dangerous!
It's her birthday dinner at this point. She's got the mic and she can do whatever the hell she wants.
I would like to say many, many, like love and all of them.
You
but
said one word and now you're
Okay.
Somebody's had a martini.
I love this. A mic. She has martinis. She's thinking of games. She's giving out 1 words or 75 words.
I started the game, so I get to do what I want.
Okay. Wasted.
What would be your word for Kim?
My word for Kim.
Yeah, if you were at the dinner and Chris handed you the mic
Yeah.
for your one word with Kim, what would you say?
It would probably be Trailblazer. When I think of like social media, like she is a driving force for like Instagram launching. So it would be Trailblazer. I mean, she's, created so much.
Yeah. Well, mine probably would have been just like Penelope and Courtney, the same.
Me and Penelope have the same word. Okay, loyal.
But yeah, Penelope, when she said that, she was just like...
She said, loyal?
Yeah, like, Mom, I was not expecting to do this right now. Don't put me on the spot like
Penelope hates it here.
But my word for Kim is Kim Pactful.
You sound like supercalifragilisticexpialidocious lady.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Cece with that one really did. That was like, that's a good one, Cece. She's like, that's the only word that can describe Kim, is that word, the longest word in the entire dictionary. But for Kim being the matriarch of the family.
Kim?
Yeah, Chris gave her that title at her last birthday dinner.
Oh.
Yeah, or a couple birthday dinners ago.
Like, Jesus.
Like, she's the one that's going to take
Chris
over.
off?
No, but like, Chris gave her that title. How are you, Kylie Jenner, not going to show up to your sister's birthday party?
I'm not at Kim's party. I had to go to my spinner pop-up, but I love you, Kim.
Tacky, late, whack, unsupportive.
Those are Kylie's words, yes. That's the name game for Kylie. Like, girl, come on. It's Kim's birthday.
Like, let Timothy have one night alone.
But the saying, never say your wish out loud, goes true with this birthday wish that Kim did.
My wish is that the Menendez brothers get out next week. Yeah.
And honey, because you said it out loud, you are the reason the Menendez brothers are still behind bars, Kimberly.
I really don't need a wish this year, honestly. I feel like I have everything that I could have dreamed of and more.
And you can do nothing about it, Miss Reform, Prison Reform.
Yeah. No, she's stepping up and she's doing what she needs to do.
Not
She's
for
helping.
the Menendez brothers?
Well, they're going to get out.
I don't know. Okay. I don't know.
What, you don't think OJ did it?
What?
Exactly.
What did OJ got to do with this?
He's a murderer and he's out.
OJ is dead.
He was not jailed. What are you so shocked about? Gypsy Rose is on the show. Like, what do you expect?
She was.
Kim's like, storyline, let's get them on the show.
Woo.
Kim's producing.
She is.
But I do have to take a moment to just acknowledge 18-year-old Kim.
18-year-old Kim would have had her mind blown. I think she would be so in awe of 44-year-old Kim, and that makes me really proud.
Because I just love these little moments.
This was really inspiring. I was like, tonight I'm going to go home and I'm going to manifest even harder. Because, if you dream it, it can be.
Dreams really do come true. Like, work hard, be a good person, life is good.
If you build it, he will come.
If you dream it, it will be.
And Kim said for her man, she's manifesting hard. And when it comes to manifesting, there is not one person that does it better than Kim Kardashian.
How's the manifesting going in the him department?
You'll have to tune in to next season. I think I've said a few times, like, I manifest like a
We shall see.
Obviously, every season ends with a final montage, the goodbyes of the season. And I love how Kylie's was just right next to Kendall. I don't even think Kylie had a single confessional this entire season.
Cheers, sister.
You contractually obligated yourself, Kylie, to be buddy-buddy with Kendall for this season, and that's what got you to film and show up?
Boring.
The Kardashians did give us one hell of a season.
It was definitely better than last season. So I'm just hopeful that each season it picks it back up.
But I do want to know what your favorite moment is from this entire season. Do you have a moment?
Oh,
Before
the
we get into our
entire
peek in the pits,
season?
just like the entire season, what was one of your favorite moments and why was it my cameo?
Oh, I'm like, what happened? I think India was fun.
India was good.
India was fun. I like the India, I like the Italy. That whole episode was fun for me.
Yeah. I think mine was Northwest performing at the Lion King at the
Nice.
Hollywood Bowl.
That was also nice.
Just because I was there and it was really cool to see it on TV. Like I love that aspect of like, I was there. Whoa.
Yeah.
Like this is not just a TV show. This is real life.
For next season, we're gonna be in it. You know how they keep like having podcasters on it?
Yeah,
and stuff?
maybe Chloe is right there. All right, Archie.
All right.
Season 6.
Season 6.
Peak and pit of the finale episode. Take it away.
Start with my peak or my pit?
Actually, let's start with our pit.
Okay, let's start with our pit. This is my pit. My pit was Chloe's moderated chat was not with one of us. Yeah.
Moderated chat
Yeah.
was not with us.
Right. One of us.
I am
The guy who interviewed her right there live on the spot.
You wanted to be the moderator.
Yeah.
Oh, Chloe, where was our invite?
Right?
Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. Have some drinks.
Oh, yeah, we should have done that. That's probably right.
Pit.
Well, my pit is that this is the finale episode. And now, what am I going to do with my life?
We're going to see you back for season 7.
You better believe it.
Peak? My peak was, did you watch to the end? When
every episode.
When Chris was in her confessional and Kylie calls her.
Hi.
I'm like, should I have looked like this at the Golden Globes with my tits out?
Yes, you have to wear your best dress to every function you go to, no matter what.
No, more. Wear your best dress. Always look the best. Always have your best lingerie on. You don't know when you're going to end up in the hospital and they're going to cut you out of that dress.
Because if you're ever in an accident and you have to go to the hospital, you're going to have gorgeous lingerie on.
Love it.
Advice.
Great
from Chris.
advice.
Great advice. That shouldn't even been final credit advice. That should have been in the episode advice.
Yeah.
I think for my peak this episode, it's just selfishly with a K.
Iconic with a K.
Yeah. Twice.
And I don't care what anyone says. That was because of me.
It was.
Yep.
It was.
Well, what a season this has been. What a recap this has been.
What a recap this has been.
10 episodes deep, we did it. And don't you worry, because just like the Kardashians, who will be returning for season 7, so will Archie and I for the recap season, our season 3.
Yeah, season 3. And next season we'll have a Chloe sex doll with us.
Oh, not you saying the sex doll. I wanted the real Chloe. Let's manifest the real Chloe.
Right.
But
Manifest,
maybe we could reach out to Lamar. I bet he rinsed that thing out. Oh my God, no, that's terrible.
Wow, thank you so much for watching the show.
Please like and subscribe and make sure to check out all of our past recaps ever. And Archie, can you just tell them all to subscribe one more time?
Watch, subscribe, like, and comment, and let us know your favorite moment of the finale episode.
That's finale. Archie, I know you can't do it, but let's do it. Oh.